a rephrased production for UWS Radio.
Yeah, he kind of kept himself to himself a lot of the time, just reading, and he loved history and learning different languages and things. A bit of an obsession really with like the Jacobites and that part of history.
Police have intensified their search for a Glasgow student after a blood-stained glove was found on the western shore of Loch Arkaig in the Fort William region.
There's too many mistakes. People were too quick to write us off.
20-year-old Mark Stewart was reported missing on Tuesday of this week. However, police are currently ruling out suspicious circumstances.
That's when we really thought the boy head was in some kind of trouble.
Yes.
It was not a good feeling.
Right.
Yeah, not good.
He's subsequently eroding some of the landscape and thusly exposing the remains of the bodies.
He was a very good big brother, very keen.
There's so much about that case that we just didn't look at properly. That case needs to be reopened.
This is Arkaig, a story of treasure, betrayal and murder. On Thursday, March 21st, 1996, my friend asked me if he could borrow my car. He came and collected it that afternoon, and that was the last time I ever saw him. His name was Mark Stewart, and he was possibly the kindest, smartest, most genuine person you could ever hope to meet. In 2018, I decided to make this documentary about him. I had no idea where it would lead.
He was the best big brother I could have asked for. Dad had bought him a dictaphone actually shortly before he died, and yeah, Mark, he was just always with his dictaphone. He was always recording lectures and I think just documenting life. And I always remember how excited he was about going to Edinburgh to look in the archives.
So, just on my way to get the train through to meet Professor Orr at the National Archives and research my family tree. Might even have a claim to the throne.
This trip through to Edinburgh was going to set in motion a chain of events that was going to change Mark's life forever.
He planned, he went off to Loch Arkaig to find this buried treasure. He borrowed a car and he packed it all up to go away for a few days. Actually, I think it was your car,
yeah.
The big blue car, yeah. And yeah, he packed up his car with all of his stuff, his metal detector, and gave Mum and I a kiss on the cheek, and that was the last we saw of Mark.
The Scottish Parliament, adjourned on the 25th day of March in the year 1707, is hereby reconvened.
Hello and welcome to Party Anthems. It's not the late 90s. I'm not Dave Pearce, nor am I Winnie Ewing. I'm Rhys Williams. And in this show, we get to judge Scottish politicians solely based on their musical choices. Never has the relationship between music and politics been explored in such depth since Lembit OPEC and That Cheeky Girl. Joining me today is former leader of the Scottish Conservatives, Ruth Davidson, SNP MSP for Aberdeenshire East, Gillian Martin, and leader of the Scottish Liberal Democrats, Alex Cole-Hamilton. Hi guys, thanks very much for joining me today.
Absolutely delighted.
Nice to speak about something that's not politics.
Yeah, I bet. Well, we're only going to talk about music today, guys, so please, no politics and no fighting.
Don't you worry about it. Between us, we'll make sure it works.
Well, listen to me bringing Scottish politicians together through music. I can only imagine politics to be an incredibly stressful job. Ruth, what helps you decompress, or would you listen to unwind?
I think if I'd had a rough day, I would put on some angry stuff to kind of get it out of my system. A long, long time ago when I was at high school, I briefly was a backing dancer for basically a Guns N' Roses tribute band. So that's probably telling a bit more about myself than you needed to know.
No, I think that information's a perfect excuse to play our first track. So let's have a wee bit of Welcome to the Jungle by GNR.
Yes!
I
take hydrocortisone for secondary adrenal insufficiency. If I'm in severe shock, trauma, have vomited, or have been in an accident, I will urgently need to have either 100 milligrams intramuscular injection of hydrocortisone or 100 milligrams IV hydrocortisone. Please check my blood pressure, UNEs, glucose and other relevant tests. If I am not treated urgently, my life could be in danger.
That was an information card required to be carried by those suffering from Cushing's disease, a very rare illness affecting 0.1% of the world's population, with women accounting for 70% of the recorded cases. And one of those women happens to be one of my oldest and closest friends.
Hi, I'm Chrisanne. I have a brain tumour. It totally sounds like I'm in some kind of self-help group.
Tumours Anonymous.
Yeah. When you talk about steroids, people automatically think about I'm at the gym, I'm taking steroids, like anabolic steroids. However, steroids in my case are the difference between life and death.
Weight gain, high blood pressure. When Chrisanne told me about her diagnosis, I was absolutely devastated for her. I remember reading through the list of symptoms with my heart breaking as I digested just how this would affect her. No ability to heal normally from infections or trauma. Constant nausea, severe joint pain, no ability to... No one deserves anything like that, especially not Chrisanne. Not only is she one of my best friends, but she's also my ex-partner, my first real girlfriend, my first love.
Thanks for listening to my rubbish.
Thanks for being you.
Thanks for being you. Do you know what else is really nice? Kind of nice sometimes. You kind of forget when you live for yourself stuff. See, sometimes you just get a cuddle. It's really nice. Do you know what I mean? Though it's like, it's like a cuddle thing.